Have you ever reached for something sweet and felt like your body just couldn't keep up? Maybe your energy crashes within an hour, or your blood sugar feels unpredictable, and you start wondering if every sweet bite is quietly sabotaging your health. The truth is, most of us have been taught a lie that all sugars are the same, that they just spike your blood sugar, and your pancreas has to chase it endlessly. But what if I told you that not all sweet things are created equal? That hidden in your kitchen, there's something so simple, a spoonful of a dark, sticky syrup, that could actually help your cells respond to insulin more efficiently, almost like giving your pancreas a second chance to catch its breath. Today, I'm going to show you how this overlooked kitchen staple can stabilize your blood sugar, reduce insulin stress, and even quietly repair the very cells responsible for insulin production. And I'll guide you exactly how to use it safely at the right time and in the right amount so you get the benefits without overwhelming your body. And the first surprising truth, it's not magic, it's science that's been sitting on your pantry shelf waiting to work with your body instead of against it. But before we dive into exactly how this works, let's first understand why most of what you think you know about sugar is holding you back and why this one change could shift everything. Let's start with the first big problem almost everyone faces without realizing it. Most sweeteners in your diet are silently stressing your pancreas. You might think a little sugar here and there is harmless, but every spike in blood sugar forces your pancreas to pump out insulin like it's on overdrive day after day. Over time, your cells start ignoring insulin signals, a condition known as insulin resistance. And this is the hidden trigger behind stubborn weight gain, energy crashes, and eventually type 2 diabetes. Now here's where it gets interesting. Not all sweet things are equal, and one simple kitchen staple can actually help your cells respond to insulin better instead of worse. Molasses, particularly the dark Blackstrap variety, is packed with minerals like iron, magnesium, potassium, and calcium, along with antioxidants that your body actually needs nutrients stripped away during sugar refinement. Think of it this way: while white sugar is like a race car with no brakes, molasses is a well-tuned vehicle with full controls, safety features, and a navigation system that guides your metabolism rather than overwhelms it. Research backs this up. A study published in the European Journal of Nutrition tested meals with varying amounts of molasses. The results were surprising. The more molasses added, the less insulin the body required to process the same amount of sugar. This means molasses is not just sweet, it's functional. It reduces the load on your pancreas and allows your cells to start listening to insulin signals again. Here's how to use it effectively. Aim for about 1/2 to 1 tablespoon per day, ideally with a starchy meal like oatmeal, rice, or potatoes. Avoid pouring it over desserts or adding it to sugary cereals because too much sugar will negate these benefits. Also, choose Blackstrap molasses over lighter versions. This is where the mineral and antioxidant content is concentrated. Common mistakes to avoid include thinking more is better, using it at night, or pairing it with refined sugar-heavy foods which can spike insulin and undo all the good work. Start small, use it smart, and your body begins to experience gradual improvements in insulin efficiency. But just knowing this isn't enough, because there's another factor even more dangerous waiting just around the corner. Now that you understand how molasses can take some of the load off your pancreas, let's dive into another hidden challenge. The way your body actually communicates with insulin is broken in most people. Even if your blood sugar tests look normal, your cells may be ignoring insulin signals, forcing your pancreas to overcompensate, which drives inflammation, fat storage, and long-term metabolic stress. The culprit lies in the GIP-amylin axis, a complex communication network between your gut and pancreas. Amylin is released alongside insulin and acts as a traffic controller, slowing down the release of glucose into your bloodstream. GIP, or glucose-dependent insulinotropic polypeptide, signals your pancreas to release insulin, but only when glucose is truly present. When these hormones are out of sync, insulin spikes become erratic, and your cells stop responding properly, creating a vicious cycle of resistance. Here's where molasses comes in. The minerals and bioactive compounds in Blackstrap molasses help restore this communication. By supporting amylin, it slows gastric emptying, giving your pancreas time to respond efficiently. By enhancing GIP signaling, it ensures insulin is released precisely when needed, reducing unnecessary stress on your cells. A study in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition confirmed that adding molasses to starchy meals slowed glucose absorption and improved insulin efficiency. Imagine a floodgate versus a faucet. Without molasses, glucose pours in like a deluge, overwhelming your pancreas. With molasses, it's a steady trickle, giving your body a chance to manage sugar safely. Here's how to put this into practice. Stir about 1/2 to 1 tablespoon of Blackstrap molasses into oatmeal rice or a potato dish. Pairing it with whole food starches, not refined sugar, is key. Don't make the mistake of adding it to desserts or sugary cereals, because then your pancreas gets double duty and the benefits disappear. And remember, timing matters. Morning or lunch is ideal, giving your body hours to process carbohydrates before bedtime. Follow these steps consistently, and you'll notice your energy is steadier, cravings diminish, and insulin demands start to normalize. But just knowing this alone isn't enough, because there's an even more dangerous factor lurking that most people completely overlook. By now, you've seen how molasses can ease the burden on your pancreas and improve the delicate hormone signals controlling insulin. But there's another hidden threat quietly sabotaging your metabolic health: the speed at which your body absorbs sugar from starchy foods. Even if you're eating whole foods like rice, potatoes, or oatmeal, your intestines can still flood your bloodstream with glucose too quickly. This sudden spike forces your pancreas to overwork again, triggers inflammation, and leaves your energy crashing within hours. Most people never realize that the timing of sugar absorption is just as important as the sugar itself. Here's the science: molasses contains compounds that partially inhibit key digestive enzymes, A-amylase and A-glucosidase, that break down starches into glucose. By slowing this process, your body receives a steady, controlled release of sugar, giving insulin time to act efficiently and preventing those harmful spikes. Think of it like turning a fire hose into a gentle stream, the same amount of water, but your system can handle it without being overwhelmed. Research from the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition confirms that adding just 1 tablespoon of Blackstrap molasses to starchy meals reduces glucose spikes by 5–20% depending on the portion. This simple trick can dramatically improve post-meal energy levels and reduce the cumulative stress on your pancreas over time. Here's how to implement it effectively: mix a tablespoon into oatmeal rice, or even a small serving of mashed potatoes. Always pair it with whole food starches, never with refined sugars, because combining both will negate the benefits and spike insulin anyway. Avoid taking it at night, as slowing digestion too close to bedtime can interfere with your body's natural overnight glucose regulation. By taking this step, you're not just cutting down sugar absorption, you're teaching your body to handle carbohydrates more gracefully, improving long-term metabolic health. But just knowing this trick isn't enough, because there's an even more powerful factor lurking that can undermine all your efforts if ignored. So far, we've covered how molasses eases the burden on your pancreas and slows sugar absorption from starchy foods. But there's another silent threat that often goes unnoticed: inflammation, triggered by the very foods you think are healthy. Even lean proteins and certain dairy products can quietly inflame your body, raising oxidative stress and putting extra pressure on your kidneys and pancreas. Chronic low-grade inflammation is a stealthy driver of insulin resistance, metabolic slowdown, and accelerated aging. Most people never realize that what they eat daily can subtly undermine their metabolism long before any obvious symptoms appear. Here's where molasses shines again. The antioxidants in Blackstrap molasses, combined with its mineral content, help neutralize free radicals and reduce oxidative stress. It even helps convert iron into a form that's less likely to damage cells, protecting your DNA and vital organs from cumulative harm. Imagine your body as a city. Oxidative stress is like smog building up in the streets. Molasses acts as a natural filter, clearing the air so your cells can function efficiently. Research published in Food Chemistry in 2011 confirmed that Blackstrap molasses has strong antioxidant and anti-mutagenic properties, effectively shielding DNA from damage, particularly in the liver. This is not just about blood sugar, it's about giving your body the tools to repair itself and maintain metabolic balance over the long term. To put this into practice, integrate 1/2 to 1 tablespoon of Blackstrap molasses daily with meals that include complex carbohydrates or proteins that are kidney-friendly. Avoid pairing it with highly processed foods or full-fat dairy in excess, as this can offset the benefits and maintain the inflammatory burden. Consistency is key. Small daily actions compound into measurable improvements in energy, metabolic efficiency, and overall cellular health. But just knowing how to fight inflammation isn't enough, because there's an even more critical factor hiding in plain sight that can determine whether your kidneys and metabolism stay healthy. By now, you've seen how molasses eases pancreatic stress controls, sugar absorption, and combats inflammation. But there's one more hidden pitfall. Many people overlook the type of proteins you're consuming every day. Even if you think you're eating healthy proteins, certain choices like organ meats, red meat, or full-fat dairy can silently strain your kidneys, trigger low-grade inflammation, and increase nitrogenous waste that your body has to process. Over time, this adds cumulative stress to both your metabolic and excretory systems, quietly undermining insulin efficiency and cellular repair. The science is clear: high purine organ meats increase uric acid-saturated fats in red meat, drive systemic inflammation, and full-fat dairy adds extra nitrogenous load. In contrast, kidney and metabolism-friendly proteins like unsweetened yogurt with flaxseed chia seeds or fatty fish like mackerel provide high-quality protein along with anti-inflammatory omega-3s, soluble fiber, and probiotics. They help your pancreas and kidneys perform efficiently while supporting cellular repair and reducing oxidative stress. Research and patient stories illustrate the impact. Take the example of Robert, who replaced organ meats with yogurt and flax daily. His creatinine and inflammation markers dropped significantly within weeks. The principle is simple. Not all proteins are created equal, and choosing the right ones can protect your metabolism while improving insulin response. Here's the practical guide limit. Organ meats, red meat, and processed meats integrate 1 to 2 servings of kidney and metabolism-friendly proteins per day. Pair them with whole food carbs and healthy fats to maximize absorption and minimize metabolic strain. Avoid overcooking or charring proteins, as this increases inflammatory compounds. But just knowing which proteins are safe isn't enough, because there's still one last factor, subtle, hidden, and potentially life-changing, that can determine whether all your efforts will actually protect your kidneys and metabolism. Finally, we reach one of the most overlooked factors affecting your metabolism and kidney health: timing and context of your molasses intake. Even the right foods can backfire if taken at the wrong time or with the wrong combination of nutrients. Your pancreas and digestive system follow natural rhythms, and when you disrupt them by adding sugar or molasses at night, you can create unnecessary insulin spikes and metabolic stress. The science behind this is fascinating. Molasses slows gastric emptying and modulates enzyme activity, but if consumed too late in the day, your body's natural circadian rhythm can't handle the delayed glucose release, leading to overnight spikes that interfere with repair and fat metabolism. Studies show that consuming molasses with morning or lunchtime meals that include complex carbohydrates gives your body hours to process nutrients efficiently, reduces insulin demand, and helps maintain steady energy throughout the day, rather than causing crashes later. Practical tips include adding half to 1 tablespoon of Blackstrap molasses to oatmeal, rice, or potatoes in the morning or at lunch. Avoid pairing it with desserts, sugary drinks, or high-fat evening meals, as this can negate all the metabolic benefits. Choose organic or unsulfured molasses for maximum mineral and antioxidant content. Common mistakes to avoid are taking too much, thinking more is better, using it at night, or pairing it with refined sugar in the same meal. Consistency at the right time is key for the benefits to compound gradually over weeks. And just when you think you've mastered every detail, there's one final principle: the timing and pairing, that can make all the difference between success and silently sabotaging your progress. So stay tuned, because this last tip could completely transform how your body handles sugar and protects your kidneys. To wrap everything up, it's clear that just a small daily habit, adding half to 1 tablespoon of Blackstrap molasses to your meals, can make a profound difference in your health. This simple kitchen staple can help stabilize blood sugar, reduce the constant stress on your pancreas, slow the absorption of glucose from starchy foods, and even support the delicate hormone signals that regulate insulin. On top of that, its rich mineral content and antioxidants help protect your DNA and reduce oxidative stress, giving your cells the tools they need to repair and function efficiently. And when it comes to kidney health, these small but consistent actions can ease the workload on your kidneys helping them perform better and stay resilient over time. Taking these steps consistently, choosing kidney-friendly proteins like yogurt with flaxseed chia seeds or fatty fish timing, your molasses intake with morning or lunchtime meals, and pairing it with whole food starches rather than sugary or highly processed foods gives your body a framework for long-term metabolic balance. The beauty of this approach is that it's achievable for anyone, no matter your age or past habits. Small daily adjustments, when done smartly, accumulate into meaningful results: more stable energy, fewer cravings, reduced inflammation, and overall improvement in how your body handles sugar and stress. It's important to remember that none of these changes are magic. They work because they support your body's natural systems. By thinking strategically about what, when, and how you eat, you're essentially giving your pancreas and kidneys a chance to recover, repair, and operate at their best. Over time, these habits can help prevent serious complications, improve metabolic efficiency, and support overall vitality. It's empowering to know that you don't have to rely on extreme diets, expensive supplements, or complicated routines to make a difference. Sometimes the simplest science-backed strategies are the most effective. I want to encourage you to make this practical for your own life. Start by incorporating molasses into one meal per day, paired with healthy starches or proteins. Notice how your energy feels, whether your cravings change, and how your meals impact your blood sugar if you monitor it. Share your experiences in the comments below, because I read every single comment and love hearing how these small changes are transforming daily life for real people just like you. And remember, consistency is key. Long-term steady habits beat sporadic attempts every time. If you found this video helpful, make sure to save it so you can revisit these strategies anytime and use them to guide your daily routine. Hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications to receive the latest evidence-based health tips and insights, especially about kidney care, insulin management, and overall metabolic wellness. By doing this, you're joining a community of people committed to taking control of their health in smart, practical ways. Thank you so much for spending your time here today. Your attention, curiosity, and willingness to act on small science-backed changes matter more than you might think. Remember, the choices you make today, just one small habit like adding molasses, choosing the right proteins, or timing your meals, can protect your kidneys, support your metabolism, and improve your quality of life for years to come. Take care of yourself, and I'll see you in the next video where we dive even deeper into simple strategies that have a big impact on your health.